So I got out of the travel trailer. Let me show you before I tell you what you're looking at. There it is. Not too far away. You can see the bushes have settled down, so there's just really a light breeze now. And looks like my panels, I think one went down like level, so I got to go look at it. But anyway, before the sun goes down, it's almost over there. So check this out. This is not natural. Just in case you thought that, oh, do the rocks pile up like that in the desert? No, they don't, grasshopper. So anyway, yeah, in case you were wondering now check something else out, okay? So, and usually if you're looking at something like this, what you want to do is like establish the possible age of it, right? That's, you know, I guess what them archaeologists do. I didn't take a college course in it. What did I take? Oh yeah. I remember what I took. Astronomy from a professor who was at San Diego State University. He was fresh from Czechoslovakia, I believe, if I remember correctly. It was one of those Eastern European countries. And he didn't speak a lick of English. He never read to us. He had presentations. And he could do the math like a whiz. But the tests ended up as being, you know, open book and pass around. Because the guy couldn't understand what we were saying anyway. It was such a trip. He was a darling man, and we went up to Mount Laguna, to the observatory there in Mount Laguna. You know, for you grasshoppers there. My kids might know what Mount Laguna is. Mount Laguna is the tallest peak in San Diego County, and it's 6,500 feet. So, you know, San Diego has a mountain that's is slightly bigger than, I think, the tallest mountain in on the East Coast. I think it's you know, it's at the end of the Appalachian Trail, but I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's somewhere around, it might be a little taller, like 6,700, but I know it's not more than 7,000. But anyway, I've always thought, like, yeah, them Easterners, they got hills over there. We got mountains out here in California. You know, that was before I talked to a Coloradan or somebody in Alaska. Anyway, so yeah, we went up to the observatories, you know, because it was astronomy, and we got you know they has a, like a SDSU has a special, I guess they probably even fund the observatories up there, but you know, they got the special passes, so you can go into the special little buildings that normally are reserved for only the scientists and maintenance people. So, you know, we got to see the telescopes like right up front, and you know, it was pretty cool. So anyway, so you look for signs of age. You look for signs of that might tell you that like something that the pile is a lot older than something else around it, right? And that's exactly what these these creosote bushes do. You know, I mean, the sand, in there, that, you know, that's been blown around and in for quite some time to build up the pile, what looks like a pile. And then these creosote bushes, because they are on top of the pile, means that this pile has been around at least as long as those creosote bushes. And those creosote bushes there, well, that's a nice mature one. And these are pretty mature too. They probably won't get much bigger than they are now. So, so this rock pile has been there a long time. I'm thinking it has to be well over 50, 60 years. I don't know how long those creosote bushes live, but I'm pretty sure it's a long time. And creosote bushes are pretty cool, because what you're looking at right now, and this one right down there, are all one plant. They send out what's called rhizomes, I think is the name of it. And those are like tubular roots that go down, that just go across, just under the surface, 3-4 inches, I believe, sometimes deeper, I think, but you know, right in that zone. They don't go, actually, they're not the ones that go down to the water. They spread out. And these creosote bushes will actually end up in like a circle like this. You see them all the time in very, very mature bushes. And so both of those are a single plant, and this one down here too. So for that to happen, you know, and these bushes don't get very big. They live for a long time, you know. I mean, it's got to be, it has to be at least 50 years. I mean, 30 maybe, I don't know, you know, but I'm thinking even longer than that, you know, somewhere in the 70s or 60s or 70s, because I'm sure this pile has been out here since probably maybe the early 1900s or the 1920s maybe. And then it had to build up all that sand on it, right? And then you know, so that the creosote plant would have soil. So that's a lot of, you know, I know it was pretty windy today, a lot of sand was blowing, but that is not built up in a week or two, or 2 or 3 years even. And then the other indication that this is very old is that if you look around, there's just there's no place that you can see that was really human. And see, and here's another one right there. It's just got a few plants on top of it now, but maybe this one isn't as old. But if these things were washed, like moved during a monsoon, oh my, that had to be 3-4 foot of water pushing these rocks into that position. And those over there, same situation. But, and then you see on the other side, like, let's see on the other side, you've got this this little mound here, and you see how it's built up. That's a pencil cactus, and I'm not sure what the green plant is. I think, yeah. No, I'm not even gonna venture a guess, actually, because I'm pretty sure I pictured it, but I've been waiting for things to bloom before I actually take a picture of them. Now here's another one. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That, my friends, is not natural. That is a grinding rock. And then they would put the grain in there, and the pistol, grind up. You can see, and how they did this, they would take a round rock and they would just, pound like this, so it isn't like a smooth surface, but you can tell because they they over time it takes out little chips like that of this rock. It just takes off the little chips on the inside, and eventually you get a hole that you can grind in. And I suspect that they chose this rock because it maybe already had kind of a saddle right there. I don't know, but yeah, I've read a few books on survival in my life. Complete with diagrams on how to grind up your corn and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Now, something else that's interesting. Oh boy. Somebody's made a home of it. And why I'm staying back is precisely because those rocks, they take up the heat of the desert sun, and then they generate it. They, what's the right word? They emanate the heat. Emanate? Maybe not, I don't know. But here we go. I'm gonna look down this hole. I don't hear anything moving, so there you go. You got the cane glare, but let's see if I can get it better like that. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't see any other footprints, but something has dug this out, so probably not snakes, which that was why I was kind of staying away from it. I don't know if rabbits can do that, but that's the one possibility. The other possibility are ground squirrels, and yeah, it's very interesting. I want to bring my metal detector out here and metal detect right down here. There you go. The grinding. See, here you go. See this side. Oop. Oh, where's my hand? Dang it. Is it up there? No. All right. This side of the rock, right here, you can see how it saddles like that. I guess you get a better angle of it. Yeah, I think you can see. Well, dang it. There you go. See, it has a bowl already naturally kind of in there. And that's the natural, that's probably, oh my, that's probably the natural edge of it. And let's see, I don't know if I'm showing you this right. Okay, right there. Here, see these? That's not dust, I don't think. Right there. Those might be filled with dust, I don't know. I don't have anything to just scrape them out with. See if it's just dust in there, or it could be places where they started maybe on that side of the rock and then switched to this side. Maybe they found the other side too. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, maybe they found the other side. There you can see, really, you can kind of see it much better. Maybe too far in, or there. See how that saddles. So that saddle was on the other side also, where the bowl is. That's really a trip. You know, that thing should be in a museum, if what I think is true. And I'm fairly certain, because it doesn't look like it. That's not a hole that was made by something that came out of it, right? So sometimes you'll have another rock, like right in here, a different type of rock that's somehow attached into that, like a pocket, and then that rock will come out. Generally, that's kind of like quartz and agate and that kind of stuff, and that'll come out of this more, I think they call it metamorphic. Yeah. Also volcanic rock. That's kind of like a volcanic rock. There's lots of them out here, and this whole big rock pile just seems to be mostly volcanic. And yeah, I don't see any of them right here, but yeah, that's interesting. So we got us a friend right here, but it doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. So who knows? Might have been occupied, and then the coyotes took care of that. I don't know. All right, it could even be a coyote den. You know, there's no. Well, I'm not so sure that coyotes could have done this whole section over here, which is the back door. Yeah, you always got to. Now remember this, kids. You always got to have a back door to your habitation, in case somebody wants to come in the front door that you don't want coming in. Oh, just a rock hound. Just an old rock hound. Found some really neat ones today, though. Yeah, this is kind of interesting stuff that you're just seeing all over the place. And it has just beautiful red, and then it gets into this kind of like volcanic stuff. And then, and of course, this has been really all pounded as it comes down the wash. Anyway, yeah, that kind of rock right there is probably from, well, it's most definitely from one of these mountains up here. And you know, so it just comes from the mountain down the gorges, and then the washes just bring it this way, right? And it's kind of interesting too. It's got a big dip right there. You know, it's just really fascinating to see how because you got to think, like, major water runoff here when the monsoons come. There's nothing stopping that water. You know? So it probably drains off the top right here and then comes into here, and then you see the wash develop, and it just continues to go down through that way and develop a wash. And you know, so a lot of the areas around here are just big washes. In fact, there's one over here. It's called Crazy Woman Wash. Now, I think the first Americans, or maybe even the Spaniards, had a little bit of doing with that name, and you know, the USGS just picked it up and called it Crazy Woman Wash. I'm sorry, all you ladies out there, but you know, some of them feminists, they're pretty crazy. I've met me a male hater or two, that's for sure. I was in the family court. Anyway, so I'm just gonna, oh, I forget my stick there. It's kind of going down, sun going down. Just gorgeous. There you go. We can just sit here and watch the sun go down. I'm still under 30 minutes here of me talking to you, and if you're still here, I really commend you. I really do. Listen to that old man out in the desert. You know, now he's showing us the sunset. Hell, excuse me. Heck, we can watch the sunset from our house. What are we doing on this video? Watching the sunset, Martha? Well, he's a very nice man, Henry. And look, he's all alone out in the desert, and I think we should be sympathetic of him. Oh, all right, Martha. You're right again. Hey, man, you got to do something to entertain yourself when you're out in the middle of the desert alone. Oh, here. Castle Mountain. I love it. Those three little peaks. They just stand out like in the shadows. You can't, I don't think you can really see them because you still have the sun reflecting off of them. Oh well. Maybe I won't have to bore you too much here. Or entertain you. Or maybe it's the same thing. But, yeah. Oh, hey. Where are we? Can you see this? It's hard to see, but... Yeah. That little white dot is actually a streak. You know, from our friendly chemtrail depositor. And I kind of wonder, like, the difference, you know, because, like, with this one, it just started, right? So how is that? That plane has to be, gosh, I wish you could see it. Here. Oh, maybe that's how, yeah. There you go. See, it's not very long out, you know, and it's dissipating right after, you know, I don't know how many miles that is, but, you know, so it's keeping up with whatever that is that's flying through the sky. And I'm sure it's some kind of jet, but, you know, it just started. It didn't come up over the horizon. It just started appearing with its little tail. Yeah. So, kind of interesting. It's fun to just look around. Oh, there you go. Sun gone. But the day ain't over, grasshopper. Still got light. And then the night season's going to come. And you need to get in bed. The night is for sleeping. Not drinking. Not driving. Not doing all the bad things that happen at night. Do you ever wonder why people are surprised that, like, a crime in broad daylight, right? You know, as if crime never, or as if crime takes time off during the day. But I think there was even a TV series about in bold light or something like that, or in bold daylight. Anyway, it was like a tag saying for their show, but a long time ago. Oh, there you go. You can see me now? Yeah, there you go. See? He's way up there. And the trail is dissipating not too far. You know, there's not a big trail across the sky. So why are there big trails across the sky? And don't tell me that the wind is still that day. Anyway, all right, sundown, big rock pile investigated and bored you about it, and of course our new little home over here, you know, because guess what, kiddies? If it really gets bad, your dear old dad will be building one of those rock homes, maybe a little bigger than that one, that I can crawl into out by those mountains somewhere. I'm not going to give you the exact location, if you know what I mean. All right, grasshoppers and my lovely children. Love it to you. I hope someday these are entertainment for you. I wish I had a recording of my father's voice. Or maybe I don't. I haven't figured that one out. All right. Adios.